video, I'm working with beef back rib. And you see there, beef back rib. I'm gonna trim it, you know, clean it and season it. It's May. We're in the month of May and it's spring in Canada. And summer starts the 20-something of, I think 21st or 22nd of June. Summer starts, but we're kind of getting summery weather some days. So now, this meat, for example, guys, this piece is not me, okay? I'm not cooking that, so I'm going to try and scrape it away. So that's how you trim your meat, right? And trim any excess that you don't like. I know some of it will be cooked off, you know, burnt off. But I try to trim as much as possible. I prefer to work with beef than pork. I eat pork, but not a lot. So guys, for example, this piece, like, look at all that fat. I am not cooking my meat with all that fat, okay? So then I trim it. As I said, it's not a lot of fat and it will cook away, but then I rather to trim as much as possible. Sometimes it's kind of hard to trim the meat because of how it is. Because of how it is, like, it depends on the part of, you know, because this is the back of the rib of the beef. But I try my best to trim and not waste the meat. Okay, so that's what I'm doing. And then if, you know, for example, here, it won't come off, I'll just scrape it. Scrape it away, even though I'm not sure if that piece is a burn, if they try to burn it or what, but I try to, you know, clean away as much. So I'm going to get down in this and, you know, pull away as much. I do that with each piece and, you know, trim the excess fat because this part of cooking is very important. So it has to be, you know, it can't be overlooked. Like, I have to emphasize and stress on cleaning, at least for me, trimming my meat. So guys, I'm almost finished and this is the last piece. I'm just going to show you how I'm cleaning it. This part of it that is so hard, you know. You push your knife under and peel away. Okay, and see, all that would be cooking. It's either it's cooking in your meat, with your meat, or cooking, you know, I mean, melting off then. Yeah, same thing, cooking. But I don't want to cook it with it. So I'm getting as much as possible the excess grub. And, you know, they trim the meat. I mean, they trim the fat, but there's only so much they can do because, you know, when it gets to you, the buyer, the consumer, then we have to, you know, take care of you know, getting rid of what wasn't done in the meat shop, you know, the butcher didn't take care of. Before cooking, there is some cleaning, as well as maybe they thought, you know, leaving a bit of the fat is, I don't know, best. Maybe it's best to leave some of it until it reaches the, you know, the consumer takes it home, or the buyer. I'm not sure. Maybe comment down below and let me know if that what I just said made sense. I don't know, like, you know, before, like, packaging with just a bit. But then I think mainly, you know, I don't think they would spend the time to clean off all this, the little that's left. You have to do it, the cook, the chef. As well as I think some people don't. They just take their meat out the package and, you know, wash it, or that is if they wash it, and season and cook. But personally, I do take care in, you know, doing all this before I put the seasoning on. So yeah, there, I get rid of, you know, all these stringy pieces here. And then, you know, you can put it, I just want you to see close up why I have it so close to the camera, but you can put it on the board, you know, your cutting board, and cut. And this is almost done trimming. So to clean my meat, guys, I like to put, so this is some kosher salt. You can use, you know, whatever salt you want to use. This is a kosher coarse salt. And then also I like to put vinegar. I don't really measure, I just pour, not too much. 1/3 to 1/4 cup is good. And then you put some salt. And then I'm going to use some of this lime juice. You can touch the pipe with the back of your hand, but you don't touch your pipe, and then, especially if you're going to season, you don't touch the pipe and then just put your hands onto the meat right away. You wash your hands or wipe, because sometimes when you go out to you know, some of those fast food restaurants, when you go to those fast food restaurants, guys, you see them do it, and I don't really go back, because if you tell them not to, then they get upset and, you know, want to be like wringing up their face and stuff like that. So I don't go back, because they're trained to wipe and wash your hands, and they don't do that. I seen them do it. They touch things, and then they go and they're like making your sandwich, you know, touching it and stuff like that. You correct them, and then, you know, they sometimes they even act worse, as if, you know, oh well, don't come. So it's either you don't go back, or, you know, correct them, or as well as you can make a complaint. But they do those things. Can you imagine you see that happen? And what about when you don't, what you don't see? No wonder sometimes we get sick, right? We get sick, and you're wondering what happened. My meat is getting a good wash there. See? This is clean. Not everybody can clean meat for me, because I see people in the kitchen, they clean meat, and it's not up to my standard or my liking. I don't think it's done enough, properly done. But yeah, you wash it, you know, rinse it until the water becomes clear. So one more rinse and I'm good. So final rinse, then I'm gonna season the meat. So guys, I'm just gonna work with some seasoning that I came across in my cupboard. Okay, this is meat tenderizer. So if you don't have meat tenderizer, don't worry. Okay, you don't have to. That's about a teaspoon, but you need salt. Well, some people don't use salt. Because salt is in the seasoning, such as all-purpose seasoning. You know, so you can put like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. Add salt to taste. And this is the adobo. I don't really like using it, because whenever I use it, not a lot, as I said, guys, if I'm not measuring, you can start off with 1/4 if it's salty, you know, 1/4 to 1/2 teaspoon. See, it just goes up in my nostril and makes me my throat. And this is pimento leaf, so not a lot. You don't even need black pepper. I think sometimes I put black pepper because of the color, to make I'm telling you about the adobo all purposes. This is why I don't like to use it. Yeah, I think sometimes I put black pepper for the color it gives the meat. But if you have, you know, the Scotch bonnet pepper, like you don't really need black pepper, because black pepper is, you know, mixed into this seasoning. So then the meat tenderized, and this is what garlic, pepper, and herbs. So anywhere from half to a teaspoon of seasoning is good. Yeah, depending, you know, if it's salty or not salty, and it's up to you to what is it that you want mainly on your meat when seasoning. Black pepper, and as I said, black pepper, I think sometimes it's a color why even not the black pepper, because the Scotch bonnet pepper had you know, pepper in it. And then I'm gonna put some allspice. So guys, when that pack of adobo is done, I'm not buying no more, because it goes up in my throat. So guys, I came across turmeric. So this is what I mean when I say, you know, play around with your seasoning, because sometimes you add seasoning because, like, for example, turmeric is good for you, add turmeric, you know, but if it's a dish that you don't want it to get the color of the turmeric, then, you know, you don't add it. So sometimes, you know, if it's, you're preparing something and you don't want to take on the color of the seasoning, you put either a little bit or you don't use that seasoning. And this is paprika. So that's what I mean when I say play around with your seasonings. And you don't add a lot if it's salty. Okay, so then next thing, very carefully, I wash my hands before touching this meat here. Okay, I'm gonna put thyme, onion, green onion and stuff like that, but let me just rub this powder seasoning in so, you know, the seasoning can, the meat can start marinating right away. I'll cover that. Now guys, you're browning. This is gravy browning. Whether it's a cake browning or gravy, it doesn't matter. Okay, just a drop, because this thing is strong, and it's good to put it onto, like, for example, the pepper than directly, or, you know, or just sprinkle onto. So one drop is fine because it's strong. If you put too much in this, your meat is gonna be black, unless that's the type of recipe you're making. But then, you know, normal seasoning. So I wash my hands and I did not touch the pipe. Okay, I didn't touch a pipe. And then the green onion, the scallion, you know, you can cut them chunky. And then I have a small piece of onion, like a quarter or a small onion, and then a small piece of thyme. And then I had garlic, you know, you can a piece of garlic, you can, you know, chop it up, small piece. And then the red bell pepper, orange one, and that's it. So green onion, scallion, garlic, thyme. Or guys, if you're a parsley lover, right, because Jamaicans, you notice I cook with thyme and green onion, but there are people out there that cook with parsley, you know, a lot of parsley and cilantro. So, you know, in my recipe videos, if I put thyme and scallion or green onion, and you would rather put parsley or cilantro, then, you know, go ahead and put your parsley or cilantro. So guys, I just remember that I didn't add tomato, so it's a piece of tomato I added, and 2 pieces of ginger, you know, thin pieces, because ginger gives your meat a nice flavor. Cover it back and we'll get back later. So guys, I'm gonna be cooking some rice and peas, and the peas is cooked. So guys, I put all 4 pieces of the beef back rib into the pan. I poured a little bit of oil and then at the bottom, and then let me just put some on top. And I like when my meat is you know, whether it's baking or whatever I'm doing, I like to put some of the the vegetable seasoning then, like pepper, and I like to put it into the, you know, the pan while it's baking. So I'm gonna put it in the oven. I have the oven preheating at 400 degrees. I'm gonna place it in the oven and you know, get it to get some color. But first, I think I'm gonna cover it, and then you know, let it spring some water, and then after that it can catch its color. After, I'll check like 15-20 minutes. I'll check to see what's going on. Guys, now I'm checking. And I like the way it looks so delicious. So I'm gonna turn it and put it back. So it's been in for what, yeah, I think 25 minutes. I'm gonna flip it. So guys, I flipped it over, and this time I'm gonna put it into the oven, not covered. So guys, I have some veggie here that I'm gonna steam. I have it soaking in some salt water, okay, to clean it. And now I'm gonna check on the meat. So that's the color it's getting, guys. It's not tender enough, so you know, it needs more time in the oven. And then, you know, if I pressure this, instantly, you know, it's done. But I'm gonna flip it over. So guys, instead of steaming the potato and the celery, I decided to add it to the meat. And I'm just gonna pour the seasoning on with just a little liquid. I'm gonna put it in the back in the oven, cover it, and get it to, you know, cook down and make a bit of a gravy. And then the rest of vegetable, it's over here. I'll just steam those, because that's a carrot, the broccoli, you know, sweet pepper. Yes, I'm just gonna get this to cook down. I may put a two piece of carrot in this and then steam the rest. After putting the seasoning on, guys, I had a third cup of water, you know, just to rinse out the pan that the seasoning was in. I put a tablespoon of ketchup, and yeah, along with the potato. So by the time the potato cooks, I'm gonna give it half an hour more, you know, everything should be good. And I put two pieces of carrot there. So guys, I opened the oven and took it out, tasted it, tastes good. So I'm just gonna put a little bit of jerk sauce, okay, and then the jerk's barbecue sauce, and then I'm just gonna cook it down for, cover it, and you know, let the sauce cook down a bit for 10 more minutes. Then I'll shut off the oven. Okay, 10 minutes from now, I'm gonna turn the oven off, because the potatoes are on its way. You know, just to give the gravy a bit of the jerk seasoning flavor. So 10 more minutes at 400 degrees, covered, and then I shut it off. So guys, the way I cook it in the Instant Pot, if the water is if it's a cup of this size cup water, so rice, I could put either half this amount, same cup, half cup of rice, yeah, half cup to 1 cup of water. So same size liquid is the same size you measure your rice in. So I have to measure the rice in this cup. That's how I try to cook, you know, a good textured rice in the Instant Pot. So this is the coconut milk with the peas cooked. So I'm going to pour it in an Instant Pot and season to taste. So the vegetable is done, guys. The beef back rib is done. Beef back rib is done. Delicious. It is tender. Let me taste this. Perfect. So delicious. The rice and peas is cooked. And guys, if you know me, I don't like I do not like my rice and peas with too much peas. Okay, because I don't like to have to digest too much peas on my stomach. Perfect. The rice, this is so good. Everything is on point. So guys, this is the final product, the veg steamed rice and peas. I didn't go into too much detail in showing you how I make the rice and peas, but you know, I will leave a link to the rice and peas video that I have on YouTube. There's a peas. I don't like my rice and peas with too much peas. You know, not everybody's stomach can take too much peas, you know. And then this is the beef back rib, looking so good with at the end I put the barbecue sauce. And guys, it tastes so good. I'm telling you, if you were here, I would let you be the tester for this dish. So don't forget to, you know, give the video a thumbs up, like, share, subscribe, turn on your post notification bell, and you know, share the video with other acquaintances of yours, and you know, tell them to subscribe if they want to see, you know, other videos that you may enjoy from this channel, Faith and Food Variety. Now guys, time to taste this delicious dish, the beef back ribs with the rice and peas. It's perfect. Celery, carrot. It's really delicious. So guys, thank you for watching this far, and until then, see you in the next video, and you know, try the recipe out and let me know how it went. So guys, everything is on point. The seasoning, it's perfect. Rice and peas, perfect. Not salty. Everything blends in. So I make the rice a bit fresh so that it blends in with the meat. Take care. Until then.